Hello again and welcome to the Shack DIY channel. This is where we fix stuff that usually needs replacement. Now today we work on an inhibitor switch that is found on automatic transmissions. Our challenge today is the transmission of an automatic Mitsubishi Pajero Sport that doesn't want to engage into drive. If you have a Ford, a Mazda, Toyota, Chevy, Dodge or whatever make of vehicle, if it has an automatic transmission, it has an inhibitor switch. Now in the older cars, this switch only prevented the car from being started whilst in gear, so it was a safety mechanism. But on the more modern cars, it also indicates the gear position and switches on the reverse lights if you select reverse gear. Okay, so we have a Pajero Sport with an automatic transmission. The vehicle started up, but would only engage park, reverse and neutral, and wouldn't go into the drive mode. When the shifter was moved into drive, the indicator on the dashboard momentarily showed the drive position, but then went blank. The vehicle also didn't want to move forward and stayed in neutral. Only the reverse gear worked. Okay, so we checked the repair manual to find the fault, as no error code showed up. Now, if you look at the repair manual, the fault diagnostic chart states that if the vehicle is not shifting during driving, or the engine will not start with the selector, lever and park, or in the neutral position, it may be a malfunctioning inhibitor switch. Now, in this case, the inhibitor switch is located underneath the vehicle next to the automatic gearbox, about half a meter behind the front left wheel. The switch can easily be removed from below by loosening the 12mm nut of the transmission control cable and then the two bolts that fastens the switch onto the side of the gearbox. I had to keep the bracket in place with the shifting spanner to loosen the nut connecting the control cable bracket to the switch. You'll see. I then removed the two bolts that fasten the switch to the gearbox with a 10mm socket. The next challenge is to loosen the electrical plug of the inhibitor switch that connects it to the electrical harness of the gearbox. Now, this is done by depressing the tab on the switch and then pulling it out of the male connector. Note that the connector is clipped onto the gearbox onto a small bracket on the gearbox. Now, the space is quite limited to work in. Thus, guys with small hands might find it a bit easier to remove the plug. When the switch is disconnected, you can now remove the Phillips head screws to gain access inside the switch. After you've opened the switch, remove the 3 pins and the springs and clean the switch thoroughly with electric cleaner. One of the pins showed signs of wear in it. I gave it a light sanding with fine sanding paper, as well as the connecting tracks on the opposite side of the switch. I then again cleaned it thoroughly with electrical connector cleaning fluid. After that, I gave all the parts as well as the rubber seal a thin film of grease and then reassembled all the parts and closed up the switch. I then fitted the switch back into position onto the gearbox with the 6mm bolts, fastened the transmission cable bracket and the cable back onto the switch. Remember to fit the selector cable into the same position as previously. Otherwise, we'll have to perform a procedure to get the switch and the gearbox in sync again. Now, luckily, it's a quite dirty environment below most gearboxes, and the washer leaves a clean indication where it was previously seated. Also remember to refit the electrical connector of the switch with the gearbox connector and clip it back into position on top of the gearbox. Okay, now with everything assembled and fastened, we did the final check to see if it worked. We moved the selector from park into reverse, into neutral, and then into drive. Perfect. Everything back to normal and a lot of money saved in parts and labor. And obviously, we did it ourselves. Okay, this is it. I hope this video helped to enable you to do it yourself as well. Cheers.